fan of Final Fantasy? Do you like RPGs? Have you been thinking about getting the Final Fantasy VII Remake? If you answered yes to those questions, go get yourself a drink of water, because I'm about to review the game that's about to make you super thirsty. Check out my review of Final Fantasy VII, coming up next on Mumbles. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Mumbles. In today's episode of Mumbles, I'm bringing you guys the Final Fantasy VII Remake review. Now, before I get into any of that, I do have to ask you guys all a huge favor and address something. First things first, so if you haven't already, please just subscribe to the channel, ring the little notification bell, and drop a like on the video. These things help the channel to grow. The bigger the channel gets, the more cool reviews and things I can do, so just know how much I appreciate it, and thank you guys so much. Now, last week I did miss videos, a little bit under the weather, had an ear infection, and I'm still battling it a little bit on and off, so please bear with me if things aren't 100% there, or the quality that you guys are used to, but we're going to do the best we can, because I want to do some videos for you guys, so let's get into it. First things first, guys, on this review, I did give the Final Fantasy VII Remake a 9 out of 10. I know, it may seem high for a remake, but I have good reasons for doing it. So let's get into those reasons. First things first, we're going to start by telling you guys what the description for this game reads. Now, guys, I do want to mention that at the time of this review, this game only is available on the PlayStation 4. So I am reviewing this on the PlayStation 4, so please do be aware of that. So guys, first things first, I am going to give you a brief overview of the description of this game. Now, I'm not going to give you guys all the, oh, it looks wonderful, it's this, it's that, it's the new, it's remake. You guys already know that. I'm just going to give you the basic story, which is the world has fallen under the control of Shinra Electric Power Company, a shadowy corporate controlling the planet's very life force as Mako Energy. In the sprawling city of Midgar, an anti-Shinra force organization calling themselves Avalanche have stepped up to their resistance. Cloudstripe, a former member of Shinra's elite soldier unit, now turned mercenary, lends his aid to the group, unaware of the epic consequences that await him. So guys, that's the basic idea of this game. Basically, you're squaring off against Shinra, the overlord of the world, and a whole bunch of things happen. I'm not going to go into it because I don't want to spoil too much for those of you that have never played this game before, but all I can say is the story in this game is really, really good. So now, let's talk about the graphics, the soundtrack, and the controls. First off, the graphics in this game. In a remastered game, you expect graphics to be great, and guys, they pulled them off. No longer is there any blocky characters or anything like that. The characters look fan-freaking-tastic. They're beautiful, they're gorgeous. They're exactly how video game characters should be. Soundtrack-wise, this game has that epic Final Fantasy soundtrack that we've all come to love. Final Fantasy has always had a way of mixing gameplay, graphics, and soundtrack together to really mix around in your mind and make things work, and this game does just that. Control wise, guys, they got the controls right in this game. I would hope they would, seeing as it is a remake, and they did indeed. There's a very low learning curve to this game. You should be able to pick it up and play it relatively quickly. As far as learning how to do things, you learn things pretty much in the first couple levels, and then you are set off on your own. So it's very easy to understand. Controls work great. So now we're going to talk about the gameplay, guys. This game is exactly what you think of when you think Final Fantasy. There's a strategy aspect, which you have to decide, what item do I give who? How do I upgrade this character? What type of character do I want this character to be? What can this character do best? You have to mix around in your mind and decide how you want to set up these characters. There is the deep story aspect, which I already talked about, and it is done great in this game, and it goes throughout the world, throughout everything you're doing. This story is prevalent. And finally, there is the combat system. And it all adds up to a gameplay experience that is very deep and enriching. Now, combat system-wise, I do want to stop there and focus mainly this gameplay section here, because the main thing you're going to be doing in this is combat. So the combat system is done in real time. I know that seems a little bit odd, but basically, as you are fighting enemies, you're using your main character. So you're using your main character, then you can switch off to other characters, build up combos between them, maybe get them to stagger an enemy, then you hit them with one character, then you hit them with another character, and you have all these moves built up so that you can hit them 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on and so forth. Really, however you use this combat system is up to you, but it is very real time. It's not like old school Final Fantasy where you had to kind of, oh, this move, I'm going to use this move. This turn, I'm going to move this move. No, it's not like that. It is real time, guys. Guys, really, that's all there is to it. Everything works together to be very fluid. There's a lot of side quests in this game. There's a lot of gameplay in this game. There's a lot of different items you can pick up and all different kinds of things you can do. It is a Final Fantasy game. If you've ever played an RPG like this, it is exactly that. So really, I don't really have anything more to add to the gameplay section that I wouldn't already be repeating myself on. So we're going to move on to the con section. The first con that I have is this game is a remake. So if you played the original, which Mumbles did not, but if you played the original, you're going to notice that things aren't all that different. You know, it follows the same story arc, same things happen. It's just remastered. So please do be aware of that. If you're looking for a whole brand new gameplay experience, story-wise, this game is pretty much the same. Now, my second con, and this is just a personal beef of mine. When you are out of combat, the only character that you can control is Cloud. Now, it doesn't matter who's running with you or what's going on. The only character you can control is Cloud. Now, when you enter a combat situation, you will have to start off as Cloud. That, to me, is a little bit annoying. Because sometimes I would rather have one character be the first character to get that first hit. And it's hard to do that because you have to switch from Cloud to another character. So that's my main beef in this game. So guys, that's really the only cons to this game. It is a very well-made game, and it's for this reason I gave Final Fantasy VII a 9 out of 10. Guys, I'm a big fan of RPG games. I don't really have anything to, knock this game on other than the two things that I knocked it on. And I can't really give a remake 10 out of 10 because it's already been done. But I can give it a 9 out of 10 and say that if you are a lover of Final Fantasy VII or you like RPGs and are playing this Final Fantasy for the first time like Mumbles is, give this game a chance. It's great. Everything looks great. The environment's great. Everything about this game is freaking fantastic. You're going to want to play it from start to finish. End of story. Anyways, guys, this has been my review of Final Fantasy VII. I hope you guys all enjoyed this. Please smack my subscribe button, smack the like button, smack all those buttons. I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye-bye, everyone. Take care.